Millie Bobby Brown caught up in some Britney Spears drama. Trisha Paytas announces she's pregnant. Hannah Berner addresses that interview with Megan Thee Stallion. The Sway Boys get together with Dixie D'Amelio. They're talking about cheating and all the drama that went on between them. There is so much that went on this week that we have got to get into. Hey guys, and welcome back to the weekly TeaCap. Obviously, we have a lot to get into this week because so many things happened. Like, what a week it has truly been. But I want to start off by talking about something that occurred last Sunday at the Oscars that is kind of carried into this week, and that was an interview done by Hannah Berner. If you don't know Hannah, she's a comedian. She was on Summer House. She's an influencer, and her and Paige DeSorbo have a podcast together. They are the Giggly Squad, and the two of them were asked to interview celebrities on the carpet at the Vanity Fair Oscar party. This is a party that occurs after the Oscars. It's a huge night. A ton of celebrities are going, and they were interviewing Megan Thee Stallion. And Hannah said to Megan that she listens to her music when she wants to fight someone. And everyone was like, oh, no. Why are we saying that?
When I want to fight someone, I listen to your music.
Tearing up?
Because you want to throw that fighting shit out the window and you want to get cute and be a bad bitch.
As much as some people have said, you know, they think that Hannah was mostly just trying to say that Megan's music hypes her up, the wording there, people were just like, that is not okay to say. And she's been facing a ton of backlash this week. On Thursday, she ended up posting to her Instagram story an apology addressing the situation. She said, interviewing Megan Thee Stallion was a dream of mine. I love her music and it's my go-to whenever I need to boost my confidence before a show. Looking back at the interview, I wish I used any other word except fight to describe how her songs impact me. It was a careless choice of words, and though there was no ill intent, I recognize and acknowledge that what I said has a deeper meaning, and I am so sorry to Megan. I appreciate everyone who brought this to my attention. Hannah. So that is what Hannah had to say in response to the backlash that she has been receiving since that interview. But speaking of Oscars Sunday, there was actually something else that occurred before the Oscars even came on and has nothing to do with the Oscars. This is actually Kardashian news because Kourtney Kardashian was not happy about a rumor that was going around about her son, Mason. And right before the Oscars, she posted onto her Instagram story to make sure people were not believing what was being spread around about him. If you guys haven't heard, recently, rumors circulated online suggesting that her 15-year-old son, Mason, had secretly become a father to a 1-year-old daughter named Piper. These claims originated from fake social media accounts pretending to be Mason, which misled many to believing the story. And because Mason has been on social media and he has had accounts, people were feeling like this was maybe him. But Kourtney ultimately came out to say, this was not him and do not make up these rumors about my literal child. She said, I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are remotely true. They are not. Mason does not have a child. These accounts that pretend to be him are definitely not. They are fake. My son really values his privacy, and I am asking all media to please be respectful. He is a kid with feelings and a beautiful life ahead of him. Please stop spreading false narratives and spinning lies. And to all the other people making videos about my kids, who, by the way, are minors, please stop and leave them alone. So Mama Bear was definitely coming out of Kourtney this weekend, just wanting to not have these rumors spread about her literal child. And I don't blame her. I mean, Mason is a kid, and I think it's weird to speculate on like whatever the heck is going on in his life because he's a kid. I know some people thought that it was him that was sharing this news for himself, and that's why they were talking about it. But I mean, even still, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, speaking of pregnancy and babies though, Trisha Paytas did announce that she is having baby number 3. I was definitely surprised to see this news. She already has 2 baby girls and she says that this baby is due in July. And this is Trisha's year. Like seriously, she has so much going on and now she's having another baby. And she once said that she just didn't think that she could ever have babies and that she didn't think that she could get pregnant. Now she's on baby number 3. I mean, she has taken some crazy magic lucky something because everything good is happening to her right now. She just did Broadway. She's done SNL in the last couple of months. She's on a tour. And she's also doing a special secret project that she can't talk about. And a lot of people are speculating that she's going to be on Euphoria. I think that would be just so crazy and wild. I don't know. Maybe. They are filming right now. She said she couldn't even tell Oscar what this tip-top secret is. But yes, people have been speculating that she's going to be on Euphoria. People also think that she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars this year, which I could really see. I know Ezra from Dancing with the Stars has been commenting on Trisha's post, just kind of like teasing, because I think he knows that people want him to be her partner and are manifesting this for her. So we'll just see. It's going to be a crazy year for her, new baby, all this career success. It's just wild to see Trisha's journey. And yeah, it's so crazy. But on the same note of Trisha's pregnancy, Ethan Klein did comment on the fact that Trisha is pregnant, and people have just been like, oh, okay, Ethan, I don't know if we want to say that.
Trisha's pregnant. You guys want to talk about fun stuff? Remember when she came on Frenemies and straight up lied about having fertility problems for clout? Remember I said I was going to go after the mods because they're heroes? Yeah, that's what's happening. Trisha straight up lied for clout about being infertile and actually got mad at me and caused a whole scene when I announced that Hila was pregnant, when she was perfectly capable of having babies, and now she's pregnant with her third baby. Here's what I'll say just to put a cap on it. I'm happy for her. She's having her third kid. That's very exciting. Look at us.
I just want to say that at the end of the day, I think everybody, at least most people, could agree that they think that it is really sad that Trisha and Ethan are family at the end of the day, and they can't see eye to eye. They can't make up. I believe it's mostly a sibling thing in this situation, but it's just sad because they both have kids, and it would just be so great if they were in each other's lives. I mean, the kids are the same age, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just sad. People post about frenemies all day long and just want the good times back, even though I don't really know how good the good times were for them. I think that Trisha's having better days now. Of course, Frenemies was iconic, but everyone seems a lot healthier in the headspace that they're in right now. But it's just sad that the families can't get along. Anyway, speaking of not being able to get along, let's get into this Alex Cooper and Alix Earle drama. Because it seems like Alix Earle was sort of kind of addressing the podcast drama. If you guys haven't heard, there's been a lot of speculation about what the heck went down between Alix Earle and Alex Cooper. Alex Cooper, the host of Call Her Daddy, has the Unwell network where she basically has given a lot of influencers their own podcasts. And she's also signed existing podcasts and kind of just help people market and revamp what they've got going on. And she actually launched Alix Earle's podcast, Hot Mess. And the two of them seemed super close. For a while there, Alix Earle was going to all of the Unwell events. She was always with Alex Cooper. They were promoting things together. It seemed like a really good working relationship. But in the last couple of months, people have noticed that Alex seemed to distance herself from Unwell. And they were wondering if her and Alex Cooper were even on good terms, if she was still with Unwell, what the deal was. And then recently it came out that Alix Earle was dropped by Unwell, that she was still going to get to keep all the rights to her podcast. She was still going to be able to do it, but she was not going to be under Unwell anymore. And everyone was like, okay, well, we kind of saw this coming because we noticed that there was clearly something up between the girls, but people still wanted to know why. Why did this happen? What exactly went on behind the scenes? There was speculation that Alex Cooper was jealous of Alix Earle, or that Alix Earle just wanted to move on and make her own business moves, maybe start her own network. People were not sure. Rumors were coming out that Alix Earle's dad was the reason why Alex was no longer at Unwell, because sources were alleging that she was just actually not in a good deal and she was being taken advantage of, and he wanted her to be in something better. But when Alex addressed it in a Get Ready With Me video this week, she said that she didn't know what the heck was going on there.
Obviously, there's been a lot of chatter online this week about me and work, and I also have no idea what's going on. So right now I am ready to unpack, turn on, give me good movie recommendations. I'm gonna order some food and go to bed. Bye.
This is telling me that either she really doesn't know and maybe her dad is handling all of this business stuff for her and she's just kind of like, okay, like, you know, whatever you think is best for me, and she's letting him deal with it. And that's kind of making sense with what the sources were saying about her dad being the reason why her and Alex Cooper had a little falling out. Or she could just be saying, I don't know, and she does know, and it's just a safe answer for her to kind of keep it pushing and not get asked what the heck is going on. But that is what Alix had to say here. Now, to get into some nostalgic drama, Dixie D'Amelio paid a visit to the Sway LA boys. It was actually last weekend, but the conversations of what occurred lingered into the rest of the week because people were just posting tons of clips from this live stream. If you guys are like, what are you talking about? What's going on? If you remember back in COVID, there were a ton of influencer houses, and the Sway boys all lived together in 2020. The original members recently reunited for a 72-hour stream. They got a house together and they were making a ton of content. They recreated dances, they talked about drama, and a ton more. And during their reunion, Jaden actually revealed that he had hooked up with Dixie once before, which Griffin then was like looked at by all of the guys, and he was like, why do you want me to react like this was years ago that I was with Dixie?
Who's an influencer you've hooked up with but never admitted to?
Dixie.
Wow. Why are you looking at me, bro? That was years ago. Wow.
I'm gonna. What the fuck? I'm 24, bitch.
And then Dixie ended up going to the Sway LA house for this reunion to sit down with the boys and talk about all the things that happened over the years. They were answering a ton of questions, and Griffin was called out for cheating on Dixie, if you guys remember back then. I mean, this is really taking me back to COVID here talking about this drama, but Griffin was called out for cheating on Dixie, and they talked about it on the live stream.
He could learn. I think he learned the lesson
And I never
he needed
did
to
it
learn,
again.
and
Thanks, Dixie.
he
Sorry
never
for that.
would have grown if he didn't go through all of that. So,
Boom.
and now we could be here together.
Okay,
And
so what was your reaction when you saw that like his cheating, it was cheating, was asking for feet pics?
so this is. Do you want to know what happened? Okay, so I was.
I think I know, but I really want to know.
Well, this is my perspective and like what upset me about it. I was home for my high school graduation, and it was the night before. I did 5 years of high school. Like, graduating is very important to me. I'm like not trying to fuck you with this, but like
Alex,
this is like.
Alex
No,
Warren,
just keep
yeah,
building
yeah.
onto it to make it worse.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and how like emotional and like really fucked with me. So, I found out from someone I went to preschool with, like my dad's childhood best friend's daughter told me that she went to dinner with my mom the night before and was like, I think Dixie's boyfriend's cheating on her. And so I found out the next morning. She sent me, like, this girl is in my hometown. This
How
girl,
did she? Oh, the girl that he was snapping?
I guess. I don't know.
No,
really
she
what
was
happened.
because she was friends with your
Like,
friend
come
Katie.
on.
She was friends with your friend.
You were
Katie.
like trying to get caught.
Like,
guess
that's
so.
fucked. Anyways, so go home, graduation. I was really upset. And so, like, that's why it was so dramatic, I think, because it was, like, personal, and it kind of split up, like, my personal life and what I had before, and then, like, this new thing.
It was in August 2020 that Dixie confirmed their breakup, and Griffin released a diss track about Dixie called Convenient, and the two of them actually made a TikTok to that song while she was hanging out with all of them, which everyone was freaking out over.
Now I'm like, what is a boyfriend gonna do, or an ex-boyfriend? Like, I've been through the worst. Like, I have had a diss track release about me being cheated on. It cannot.
There was just something about seeing all of them together in one room again that was just wild. And everyone was just commenting that their 2020 self would just be freaking out that all of this was getting addressed. Now, to get into the biggest story of this week, Millie Bobby Brown has been talked about so much. And not just this week, but the last couple of weeks. People have been closely watching what she's been wearing at premieres, out to dinner. They have just been really keeping an eye on her social media, paparazzi pictures, literally everything. And there's a lot being said about her right now. You guys probably know Millie for Stranger Things or Enola Holmes. She has a massive following, 63 million followers on Instagram. There's a lot of eyes on her, and she's so young. She's only 21 years old. And that is exactly why she was really upset when the press was talking about her looks so much. Over the last couple of weeks, there's been tons of articles really criticizing the way that she's aging, which is so effed up because she's so young, but people are just saying that she's aging rapidly, or like, you know, they're speculating on what work she's had done and that Hollywood has just taken her over, and she's a child star. And I feel like child stars especially, they get criticized the most because people have seen them at their absolute purest, their youth. They have no work done at all. It doesn't matter, like, you know, and for some reason, when people see other people grow up, they feel like they have some sort of like authority to voice an opinion about how they look or this transformation over the years. Millie was not having it. She was putting a stop to this whole conversation this week, that's for sure. And that is because there were articles going around that were titled, "Why are Gen Zers like Millie Bobby Brown aging so badly? What's with Millie Bobby Brown's new look?" And it wasn't just journalists that were calling her out. There were people in the industry that were also commenting on her looks, kind of. Little Britain creator Matt Lucas took to X to comment on Millie, seemingly comparing her to one of his characters, Vicky Pollard, known for her blonde hair in a pink tracksuit. He quote tweeted a tweet about her and said, "No, but yeah, but." Daily Mail wrote, Little Britain creator Matt quickly took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to compare Millie to his cult chav character, Vicky Pollard, who was known for her blonde hair and pink tracksuit. And this was the side-by-side image that Daily Mail had used. And Millie was seeing everything that has been said about her. So she got on Instagram and she posted a video where she wanted to talk about how disturbing it is that people have been commenting on her looks. And she specifically called out journalists that have written about her.
I started in the industry when I was 10 years old. I grew up in front of the world, and for some reason, people can't seem to grow up with me. Instead, they act like I'm supposed to stay frozen in time, like I should still look the way I did on Stranger Things Season 1. And because I don't, I'm now a target. I want to talk about some of the articles that have recently released while I'm on my press tour, and some of the writers who are so desperate to tear young women down. One article reads, "Why are Gen Zers like Millie Bobby Brown aging so badly?" Written by Lydia Hawkin. "What has Millie Bobby Brown done to her face?" Written by John Eli. Millie Bobby Brown mistaken for someone's mum as she guides younger sister Ava through LA. Written by Cassie Carpenter. Another article reads, Little Britain's Matt Lucas takes savage swipe at Millie Bobby Brown's new mummy makeover look. Written by Bethann Edwards. Amplifying an insult rather than questioning why a grown man is mocking a young woman's appearance. This isn't journalism. This is bullying.
Like I said, she was specifically calling out journalists that have written articles commenting on her looks, and she also called out Matt Lucas. He ended up coming out on Instagram and posting an apology. He said, "Dear Millie, I just saw your post and wanted to respond and provide some context. Nearly 25 years ago, I co-wrote and appeared in a sketch called Little Britain. There was a character in it called Vicky Pollard, who had blonde hair and always wore a pink top. And in the photo, you had blonde hair and wore a pink top. So I pointed out the similarity by posting one of her catchphrases. I thought you looked terrific, and I was mortified when the press wrote that I slammed you. Firstly, because that's not my style, and secondly, because I think you're brilliant. I would not have posted it if I had thought it would have upset you, but I realize it has, and for that, I apologize, Matt." Now, aside from people just being really critical of Millie's looks, there's another conversation going around about what Millie looks like right now, and it is that she is trying to look like Britney Spears. Whether you see it or not, you guys, just bear with me here because I'm kind of seeing more Tana Mojo, and you might think I'm crazy for saying that, but if you look at Millie's Instagram right now, she is giving Tana Mojo in some of these pictures. Like, if you look at them like from far away, like some of these, they look like Tana. But there are a lot of people that are talking about Millie trying to look like Britney Spears, and it's not that they're trying to be mean or talk about her looks, it's because there are all of these rumors about a Britney Spears biopic and who the heck is going to play Britney. Last year, it was announced that Universal Pictures had landed the rights to Britney Spears' best-selling memoir, The Woman in Me, with Wicked director John M. Chu, and is set to become the biggest biopic. I mean, we're talking Britney Spears here. There is going to be so many people watching this biopic and a lot of pressure because people love Britney and they want to make sure that this is done right. So people for months have been talking about who is going to play Britney Spears. They are throwing around Addison Rae, Tate McRae, Millie Bobby Brown, Sydney Sweeney. Tons of names are being thrown out here. I will say, in seeing a lot that has been said in this conversation, people are really hoping that there is a fresh face that is cast to play young Britney in this movie. They really are hoping that this is going to give an opportunity to someone who has not been in the spotlight yet, and that this movie just blows them up. There's actually going to be a Legally Blonde prequel, and Reese Witherspoon just cast her Elle Woods, and she is a fresh face. She has not been seen. When I got on her Instagram, she had like 8,000 followers, and people loved it. They were like, she looks just like Elle Woods. I see this for her. I'm so excited. And they were just happy that they casted someone new. And as we've heard recently, Maya Hawke was very open about this, where a lot of these companies are wanting people with a big following to act in movies because it helps with people going to the theater. But I just feel like, you know, Britney Spears is such a big name. People will go to the theater. They are going to see, you know, if this thing is good or not. Did they do Britney justice? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think they should cast like a Millie, a Tate, a Sydney Sweeney, or do you think they should go with a fresh face for the biopic? The other thing about this though is that some people were like, wait, didn't Britney like not even want this to happen? I will say she is a part of this biopic, so it does seem like she does have a very big part in what this will be and who is cast. But originally, a couple years ago, Millie Bobby Brown went on Drew Barrymore, and during her interview, she talked about wanting to play Britney Spears and feeling like she could do her story justice because she is a child actress and she felt like they kind of related on that level and she wanted to play Britney. And I guess Britney caught wind of this and she was like, I'm not dead, like why do I need a biopic? But a lot of people have said, you know, Bob Dylan is not dead and he's had a biopic. Ice Cube has had a biopic. There's a ton of people that have had biopics and they are very much still alive. So it wasn't like this offensive thing. And obviously now Britney is very supportive of this project and is a part of it. And people feel like Millie is out here campaigning, trying to get the role with the way that she's got this blonde hair. They feel like the outfits that she has been wearing have been her trying to show, hey, I want this role. Give me a shot. I can play Britney. So people are kind of split on this. Like I said, some people are saying that they see more Tana, like I have said. Tana's even talked about this before on her podcast, that she feels like Millie Bobby Brown is looking like her right now. But yeah, that's what people have had to say about Millie trying to go for this Britney Spears role. People have also said the same thing about Addison with what she's been wearing, and they feel like she's also trying to campaign for this role. I want to know what you guys think. First of all, would you guys even be into a Britney Spears biopic? And how do you feel about these stars that I've named chances in playing her? Let me know your thoughts on this and what Millie had to say about people just talking about her looks in general. Plus, what you guys think about everything else, what Alix Earle had to say, Trisha's pregnancy, Hannah Berner addressing the Megan Thee Stallion interview. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.